This is the best of the week on Relevant Radio.
Well, that's a Spanish song. To dance the bamba, you need a little grace, and believe me, I don't have it. Last time I tried to dance at a wedding, I fell over on the bride. Seriously, I'm not that much of a dancer. All right, so I don't do it. All right, moving along. Let us go to letters. The poor thing, she was just up. Well, she had this big dress. Okay, moving along. Why should I bother you with my problems? All right, this is from Adelso. Father Simon, how should I pray, mentally or vocally? Yes, there are not strict rules about prayer. Prayer is the lifting of the mind and the heart to God. I think of prayer as conversation with God, and some of it is in a structured way. Some of it is not structured. I really believe that structured prayers are very important. And I really believe that unstructured prayers are very important. I love the breviary because it gives structure to my prayer. Seriously, it's been a long day and I want to make my prayers, oh Lord, you who know all things, you know. But you got to pray. You got to be in the presence of the Lord. You got to nurture your spirit. And so I got the breviary. But then there are just times when I want to just chat with God and talk his ear off and hope he'll talk mine off. That's a more spontaneous kind of prayer. And structured prayers are the bones, and spontaneous prayers are the muscles. If you have a body with no bones, you just have a pile on the floor. If you have bones with no muscles, well, you've got a skeleton. You need them both, I think. And sometimes those spontaneous prayers are vocal. Sometimes those structured prayers, like the rosary, the breviary, novenas, those things, I would say usually if you're praying them with other people, they're out loud. So vocal prayer, silent prayer, structured prayer, spontaneous prayer, these are all part of our arsenal. The weapons with which we do spiritual battle and the ways that we allow God's Holy Spirit to lift our hearts and minds to God. Now, do not pray vocally. Do not pray out loud when you are in the presence of people praying silently. In other words, at Mass, after Mass, some people like to stay in church and pray. And, of course, that's almost impossible because in most places, after Mass, the atmosphere has all the dignity of a clown car. But if you're in church and see somebody you haven't talked to in a while and you see there are people praying quietly, say, I'd love to chat with you. Let's go to the vestibule or let's go outside. That's just respectful to people. And I've been in places where people are praying out loud and everyone else is trying to pray silently. Don't do that. If you're in a place where there are people praying individually and silently, pray mentally. But on the other hand, if people are reciting the rosary, join in and say it out loud. But say the rosary the way they're saying the rosary. Don't add your own stuff. So it depends entirely on where you are. But I really think that's an important thing, that you respect when you are praying or even just talking in church. Respect the people around you. That's pleasing to God.